Hello and what is up guys, Rye here and welcome back to some more BeamNG. We are in my 2020 Revolucion Cinco Cinquanta, is that how you pronounce it? Sure, why not? This is my 2000 RPM supercar. It's a 10.1 liter twin turbo V8. So this thing was pretty disappointing in BeamNG.drive. It could only do 150 kilometers an hour, and it still could only do that because you're limited by RPM in BeamNG, or in automation, for top speed. But today we are going to basically just tweak it just a bit, tweaking the BeamNG file to see how fast this thing can really go. I want to see if we can get some more power out of it first. And also I want to tweak the design of the vehicle a bit. So right now we are making 760 horsepower, or 760 odd horsepower at 2000 RPM, which is incredible, and over 2,000 pound-feet of torque. And some people are saying, oh, you know, your AR ratio is too high. Well, it's the most efficient way of getting the over 2,000 horsepower. Fun fact, guys. So the AR ratio needs to be up here as high as we can. Basically, I think the turbines, I think the smaller the better. Yeah, it's not liking that at all. There's not a ton we can do really to get this thing to more power, I guess. But what we're gonna do, just increase the quality spam everything now, basically, and just for the heck of it, make an incredibly fast car. The conrods and the pistons and the crank is not holding up. That's okay though. Now it's holding up just fine. It can rev to 7,200, but it doesn't need to. We're not gonna change the quality there. We'll change the quality here, and we'll just see if this thing can get a better top speed. Just in general, you know, I want to see how fast this thing can really go if we push it to the limit. In BeamNG.drive. No entertainment for us, please. We don't need that. No. Oh, do we want safety? Ooh, if we're quality spamming, we might as well just go no safety. This is just more of a fun car here. And plus 15. So we're going to see if this thing can really go crazy. So it still is 150 kilometers an hour. That's as fast as we can go possibly, according to automation, which is probably true. Our engine only revs to 2,000 RPM. It's not the best engine, not going to lie. We've had a few octanes left. Honestly, we might as well just sink that little bit into the 797 horsepower, so we got a bit more horsepower, a little bit more torque. We can't really do too much with 799. Ooh, that's close now. Bigger exhaust. We could probably, no. So close. 800 horse. Just give me 8. Wait, if we go, oh, there we go. Perfect numbers. I'm happy. 800 horsepower now, and 2,100 pound-feet of torque, which is pretty mind-boggling if you ask me, and only 5.7% efficiency. It's not the best engine, not gonna lie. What we need to do though is do either fully collapse. That's not gonna, that will not affect us. Will that affect us in BeamNG? I'm not too sure even. We'll leave it like that though. What I'm gonna do is just, you know, of course this is a new trim. We're gonna just tweak the design real quick in like 30 seconds or less. Actually, you know, I'll just tweak the design, not even in a time lapse. I'll just do it really quick. Put some arrow on it, and then we'll take this thing into BeamNG.drive. We are here in BeamNG.drive with the Revolucion MV. Those two initials basically are the Italian words for top speed, but just the initials for that. I was going to spell it out, but man, I could not pronounce it, so we're just going to have the initials. You're going to notice the car looks pretty bad right now. Yeah, carbon fiber does not transfer over well to BeamNG.drive. So I'm going to show a couple pictures on the screen of what the car looks like in automation, as well as you can probably tell in the thumbnail. So this is what the front looks like. You can tell, so we have some pretty much, like, what is this, like a cantered? Cantered, is that what this is, a cantered? A different intake here next to the headlights, and just bigger grill, so a bigger, like, side air curtain, basically, air channel, and then another grill up here, and then just, like, some downforce, and also a wing on the back, nothing too fancy, and of course the color is different. It looks much better, way better in automation, of course, like they always do, but yeah, BeamNG does not like carbon fiber at all. And also, I think BeamNG is having an issue where it does not have the body widened. So the body was widened. It wasn't widened any more than it was before, but it was, you know, sticking out, and now it's not, and the tires are sticking out. That's okay, though. It's not perfect, of course. This is a game, after all. I have tuned the car quite a bit. The BeamNG files, I toyed around with it for, like, what, 25, 30 minutes. I kept reloading it into BeamNG to test it, and we have achieved what I think is the top speed of this thing. I want to take it for a drive first, just to see the top speed, and then I want to take it onto the test track and see what we can do for it. So we'll go to, it's a nice cinematic camera here. Put it in sport mode. Keep the wheel nice and straight here. The gearing's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not bad though. This is mentions to see sort of what we can get for the top speed. So 220, 230 kilometers an hour. Not terrible. 240, 50, 60, 70. So when I was working with it, like we could achieve around 275 kilometers an hour, which is fine. Obviously, it's not crazy fast. It's around double. And then for all you American people, 275 kilometers an hour is equal to how much? Let's see here, because I think it's like it's an okay amount. It's equivalent to about 171 or so miles an hour, which is not bad. It's definitely not a top speed car. I would still say it's a supercar, even though it can achieve crazy speeds. That's okay. What we're going to do, though, is basically test this thing in the automation test track and just see, because it does have quite quick acceleration, 0 to 60 in the low 2-second range. So we'll hop into the automation test track, and I'll compare it against the old one. Or should we do the handling circuit, you think? Yeah, we'll do the same one as before. We'll do the handling circuit with the old one versus the new one. So we'll do the old one first. Now, yeah, we'll do the new one first, not the old one. We'll do the new one first. The Revolution MV. We'll do 1 lap of that because that's about all I can handle. 1 lap of that with each car, and we'll just do a test here. And I also want to do a drag race to see what this thing can do in the quarter mile, because I think the other car we did it in a decently respectable time. I think it was like 12 or 13. It wasn't great, but it was okay. We're gonna go take off ESC and go into the first-person camera here. So it's got a lot of torque. And it's got a lot of grip, honestly. I haven't toyed around with anything else in the BeamNG files except for the gearing and the top speed limiter. Boy, does this thing actually... It handles very neutrally. It was a lot of fun to drive this car when I first built it. Like a week ago only. I'm saying it like it's like a long-distance memory. It's not. Oh, a little bit scary there. But boy, yeah, just thrust. It just has thrust. And it feels like, honestly, even when I'm just sort of... Oh, it's a little bit scary to drive. That's okay. It feels like it's always got more than ample power. You know, just playing around with the BeamNG files, I really want to see how much I can maybe break BeamNG in general, because there's so much things you can play around with, and like there's isn't really too many videos on actually doing it. You know, a lot of people have done things like this. People have done things like this, changing the gearing, changing the top speed of the car and stuff. But there's not too many videos on it. Oh wow, I don't know why I just went to first, but that's okay. My gosh, just about blew the engine, but we're okay. Obviously, it's not gonna be a record-setting time. Oh, losing my grip there. The brakes, yeah, the transmission's been acting pretty weird. It just dropped down to first again. Oh, we're going off the track. Oh boy, that's not great. Of course, those tires are absolutely solid, but you know, you get the picture. It's about a 120, a 120. So we're gonna hop into the other car now. I crashed. That's okay. That's okay. It's just sort of to see. So a 120. And of course, this is the handling circuit, so like, you know, speed, it doesn't really matter. But that slightly higher top speed and the changed gearing, I think, does help it a bit. And of course, we have about 100 more horsepower and 100 more torque as well. So we're gonna go turn off ESC. Does not like that at all, clearly. We're gonna keep going. I did retune the entire suspension on the new car as well, so I forgot to mention that. And boy, is it much better than this. Oh my gosh. I really let the suspension down on this one, I think. Very oversteery. I mean, we're on gravel there for a second, but yeah. Very oversteery. Even on the other one, it wasn't that bad, even on the gravel. But it feels, you know, when we're on, you know, the actual track here, it feels decently planted. And the brakes, just down to first. It's exactly what I wanted. I didn't do that, by the way. We'll stay in fourth, down to third, and to second. Nope, we don't need second. Oh boy, yeah, she definitely. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. She does not like power inputs, even on the slightest exiting and entering corners at all. It's not like that. You gotta be in a straight line only. The other car, you can give a bit way more power. Clearly, we're already getting quite a bit of a slow time. The tire smoke. That's great. We're gonna keep going here. But yeah, so clearly the other car is much better to drive, light years ahead driving wise, and it does feel faster in a straight line. Like when you punch it, the gearing's not perfect in the other car. I'll give it that, but the power feels like it's always got power. This is good now. That's good. There we go. That wasn't bad there. So clearly, not a good time anyways. At 136, it would have been more like a 125, 130, but still slower than the other car. Yeah. Definitely not the greatest time. Now we're gonna hop. Lastly, we're gonna go hopping into the west coast and the drag strip and just see. We'll start off with the old car first, and we'll just check again what this thing can do in the quarter mile. And we'll hop into the new one and see the same thing. Now, I'm gonna guess, I think this one was around 13. Did we test the last video? I'm not too sure, but I think around 13 is what this thing can get. Very high acceleration. Of course, it accelerates to 150 in an incredibly short time. After that, there's nothing now, so... we'll do ESC off, we don't need that, and we'll launch it in sport mode. And we'll just hold our foot to the floor the whole time until we achieve near top speed. Okay, so I don't know what's wrong with this car. I don't know why we can go much faster. That's really strange. Let's go free roam here. As far as I know, I didn't touch this car at all. I'm not sure why I can go incredibly faster. Maybe I touched this car by accident. That's okay. Yeah, no, we can go more than 150. Okay, well, we'll go to the other car here. So, it got a good time, clearly. We're going to test the new car, I guess. That's it. We'll test the new car, and we'll see, hopefully faster. I'm hoping, like, what, a 15... Not a 15. 12 second, like, under 12 second would be nice, ideally, for a supercar, quote-unquote. But I'm not going to complain if it's over, because it's obviously not the fastest car. 0 to 60, I think, is like 2.5. But it is rear-wheel drive, so that's pretty incredible for rear-wheel drive, I think. There's not much grip. Yeah, let's do sport again. No, we'll do manual. Definitely faster, though. Yeah, 6th gear. A bit better on this car. Okay, 11 seconds. That's supercar speed. That is supercar 0 to 60. We're gonna go free roam here. Oh, we almost pulled a wheelie there. Oh my gosh, we're pulling wheelies. Let's just see that again. Nice. That's how I want my supercars. If it can't pull a wheelie, then is it even a supercar? I don't think so. We're quite fast, obviously. 2.7 bar. Perfect. That's the perfect amount of boost. Very competent cards overall. It's not a track. I mean, it's not really a track car even, which is what it's kind of meant to be, if anything. It's definitely not a top speed car. It's definitely not really a track car because it just does not have the gearing for it, clearly. But for a car that you want to impress your buddies with that costs probably millions and millions of dollars like this one does, this is the car for you, obviously. It's not terrible. Yeah, it's actually very, very nice to drive. The gearing is not good. Now, yeah, I definitely want to make another video. Let me know what you guys want me to do with BeamNG. I definitely want to do another BeamNG video. Just straight BeamNG.drive, but more just like breaking BeamNG.drive in general, and seeing like how much I can, like, you know, how fast I can get a car possibly ever, etc. I think it'll be a fun video. The brakes are really good. Yeah, they're a little bit too good. Look at that, nice and competent. Back end kicks out and recovered. Let me know what you want to see down below in the comments. Join the Discord, linked in the video description. Gosh darn it, guys, join the Discord. We have like 400 and something members now. It's pretty crazy. Join it. Weekly challenges, etc. For automation and whatnot as well. And just cool to hang out and just chill. I'm on there fairly often. If you guys liked the video, leave a like if you liked it, I guess. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the comments. Liking if you guys want to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell icon, apparently. So anyways, guys, I think that's it for this one. Not a crazy long video again, I know. But I wanted to make this because people wanted to see what this thing can do. I had a lot of comments of people saying, like, well, change the BeamNG file and make this thing a better top speed. 270, I'm happy with that. It's not as fast as I would have liked. Obviously, I would have liked a million kilometers an hour, but honestly, we still don't have crazy horsepower. And the coefficient of drag, it's good on this car. I think this car is 0.25, or yeah, 0.25, which is very good. But there are better bodies for top speed runners. I don't think this is a top speed car. I'm happy with 170 miles an hour. If I changed the RPMs and the turbos, maybe I'll make a part 3 of this car where I'll change the RPMs, maybe limit to like 4,000, 5,000 RPM. Change the turbos around too, but it'll make less torque probably. It's not going to make 2,000 pound-feet probably. But it'll make gobs more horsepower, and maybe I'll do that. Or Yeah, something like that. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.